Mehwe adeshimama memobi ajo memobi akwaba eba NDC 360 munim se we edwumadi sonko a NDC amanyuku ya hyehye se ensemu a ekotwi ba breman efa amamu bone a ekoso ye man Ghana mu a ede ahokyere ne kodanda abeto yeso no ha ne ye abotre na yeyi nsem no maako te sa akyehede nante ema akora keto akora etiase Hanso and Sheshia Pa. Obroni see the vision of His Excellency John Mahama and the NDC. Yajebre Echrichum said about Ghana Nibia, Ebe who the NDC ne John Mahama. Professor Nana Jenu Pukwajaman, a womawo, as far as the 2024 historic general elections are concerned. This is our 6th edition, and as always, we are live on NDC 360 on Facebook. We are live on NDC 360 on X, Dodoana friend Twitter. We are also live on YouTube. And I want to encourage you to like the link, share the link, tell a friend to tell a friend, say, Jume Dino, Yafiti Ase, NDC 360 is on, and comment. And they said, Yamiani Debiano, Yabeje Mre, Naya Kai, more comments. So at the tail end of the program, as I near the Jumedi Abba Nawiye. So like it and share it. Now, we're also live, as you know already, on 5 major television networks across the country. We are live on Onuya TV. We thank Media General for giving us the esteemed platform for Sai Jumedi. We also thank TVXYZ, Ira Julius Debra, Penny for Uncle Benny Munina Yadamwase for taking this program live on TVXYZ. Our brother Stan Dogbe and Wezo TV, we thank you for streaming this program live as well. Kevin Taylor and the Loud Silence TV crew are also streaming live, and we thank them. We're also live on Angel TV at the OBBRC. I know we are also live on Focus TV. We are live on several blogs. I know our sister Marie, Wayo, Benjamin Wayo, and many others that I'll be recognizing in due course. Yeah, that will be our sister who streaming program here live. Now, on this 6th edition, what are we talking about? Number 1, and then on Moment of Truth editorial, yeah, do Snit scandal and NCC or Mike Ganemu, about the sale of certain hotels belonging to Snit. A year Ghana Jumayofu Nina Sika Huasem Nene Babekane. And our guest is none other than my good brother, the Member of Parliament for the good people of North Tongue, a ranking member for Foreign Affairs. I also call him the ranking member for Scandals. The Son of Man is in the house already, comfortably seated. Documents, it belongs to the Son of Man. And very soon, he is coming to break down that scandal. So all you need to know about that stinking, sale of hotels, scandal by Snit, or Moment of Truth editorial. Now we are made the NDC and U segment number. Kwesi de train me, Papa John Mahama. Jumedi Stronko Mahama conversations on the Ghana food income or can send Pia a Yamino Mienua. I was here jebre na ye chirichirim. No be a went to me and I will hear him put. But Brofocasa niti one tiasiano, what to me atiasiana, Boa Mwatu Obama, John Mahama, and the NDC comes 7 December 2024. Now we have on Sunday the Moment of Truth. And NDC and you, Bebreono, we are going for the recap. What are we recapping today? Last week, there was a historic mammoth demonstration in Accra. Demonstration, ya ba Uchesinia, your friend Yvonne Nelson, a leader. And there were the likes of DKB, John Dumelo, and many other patriotic Ghanaians at that demonstration. What was their message? Almost the Doomso must stop now. We're bringing you the key highlights, pictures, videos, and some of the critical speeches that were delivered at that demonstration. And the recap, Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa will be joining me for the Moment of Truth editorial. Shewe Mami CCI.
miaro, miara, endo, miaro, miara, ejumedia, hinabeye, miaro, miara, endo, miaro, miara, obrei, hinabebo, miaro, miara, endo, miaro, miara, Sammy besini fenwa miara, Sammy miara, Sammy besini fenwa miara, Sammy besini fenwa miara, Obrai besini fenwa miara, miaro, miara, miaro, miara, Sammy besini fenwa miara, Sammy miara,
The light is not stable. Even in my house, I remember 2 days ago, I was going for an interview and the lights went off when I was dressing up. So I don't think the light is stable now. I know my friends, I have a best friend called Karen. She lives at Kaswa. 5 times in a week, her light is off.
So if you're Ghanaian and you're feeling the heat, well, me, I'm feeling the heat because doomsday is happening, and I'm here to voice out the pressure. I know.
You pose yourself as a neutral, and I believe you. We do this. Okay, we did it in NDC time. NDC said, when we do it again, to give us information. Of course. You know that you show political and you benefited from it, so therefore, you can't come and bite the hand that feeds you. All I want to say is, listen, there's no problem showing your political colors. Some of us are neutrals. We don't care. You come out to speak at the right time. So don't act like a neutral when you're not. Because it's annoying, it's deceptive. Where are they? You show their political colors.
That's all we are asking for. Find money to buy the fuel. Find money to keep the lights on. Give us a timetable. We know you don't have the money because you squandered it. But just give us a timetable so that we can plan our lives. It's as simple as that. Other than that, just get out.
Seka sedum saba, ebise wancha sedum saba. Seka sedum saba, ebino musedeni. Jedum sorry, every say aze. Ejumemo, adisumu, rehawa maema. Nansu wanaba, jum, so, jum, swabo. Seka sedum saba, ebise wancha sedum saba. Seka sedum saba, ebino musedeni. Jedum sorry, every say aze.
Yes, that was the Doomsday Must Stop Vigil. Yade abaso bosron ko be me yenuaba Evil Nelson. Ghana ade ba ko a ehwa ye napa is consistency. To have people who will not be changing their positions because governments and regimes are changing. And maybe a trim on any nuanum be eyo yetre abadum so say ya. And I'm so Emma John Mahama promises that he will fix Doomsday. And he fixed Doomsday. And then enyama hoden no John Mahama da romenti Ghana ye nyapra ma na broso. Am MPP for bono so bro for excess power. Why must we continue to suffer under this Doomsday, self-inflicted Doomsday aban we akriti in the time one omo ankasa se Mahama ama ye nkeni ama na broso. It is because of ineptitude, recklessness and mismanagement. Na de yakra ne se o ka se aban no enyintum se problem wo ho na omuntu problem ne ho anamompa na yenso Doomsday no na yedi watem the timetable kra no and that's why for hwe enyinama hoden so but yopoku prempo twa empoa se ye Doomsday timetable we should publish our own timetable. This is why this demonstration was needed. NDC for enyuma binti yemu bi yentumi anko ba yeda yenuaba Evil Nelson ase ye bona baso Henry Ose Akoto yenua Jantoanom all the progressive forces who joined. DKB, your message was very powerful. It is about Ghana. It is not about NDC. It is not about MPP. Electricity is a right. Lives depend on it. And when he say John Mahama ye bibia and never see any Kenya. Na sikadie basa to say PDS inti mismanagement, recklessness. Esla sika ye ne basa inti dum so ha. We must speak up. We must protest. And when citizens do it, we must support them. Intiane Yetu Chairman Ivo Nelson and all those who attended this historic demonstration. Now, I'm going to say at the moment of truth editorial and bro. After this montage, my guest will take over. Bedasi. Sure. Yes, so this is the moment of truth. Madika Kacho said today we are talking about the stinking sale of hotels, scandal involving Snit. And to do justice to the issue is none other than the Member of Parliament for the good people of North Tongue. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa is on set. Honorable Yamawakwaba.
Comrade, good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you too. I'm good. Now
my member Mabaso, Ejimapa Moya.
Thank you.
Nyamen Shramo.
Thank you.
Yenyana Ghana for Yana NDC for the Moya no. Yene Japan na Monkoso sa na yenim se enche Yerua John Mahama obeba bejeyen na the yenyina yehwehwe say about political leadership is about progress, it's about transformation. Say na omani be ye na yenyina ye ho atoyen ye bompa ye say President Mahama Ghana for December 7 2024 omo be ye de esese omo ye ahonkyere na aba share be a dollar no war. Share the levels of corruption, the levels of impunity. I mean, omo ye na se uchi omo krana na omo ye no more. I mean, this is not the kind of leadership that the Ghanaian people deserve. Ghana and Chebia na we were the shining example, the model nation. Now so Shebia Yedru. As ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I feel so embarrassed. Bibia or international meetings, you say, then they see more IMF program now, so share the level of depreciation of your currency. You are not paying your debt. Now, so share the ecoso. You have been declared bankrupt. You have been declared insolvent. I mean, the continuous losses at the Bank of Ghana. I mean, nobody understands what is going on. The time to rescue this nation is now. And Chebiana area President John Mahama can assembly. And I think we all have to reflect on that. Or say election way no. And yet NDC versus MPP. And yet Ghana versus the MPP.
Very
Ghana.
profound.
Very profound. Interna me person me bo Ivo Nelson Abaso because consistency has become very rare. Omunya na omu join in. The last time, it was a conscious effort not to join her this time because the last time, man could be. And the other end, I caught this time. Me are consistent. Me who said neutrals no mobile bunting at the time, claiming they were neutrals. So I wanted to see if we will see them. Sana, it was about MPP politics, not about the nation. Like us, come out, identify yourself, chest out boldly. And pursue partisan politics. But don't hide under neutrality. It turns out a deception, just hatred, ethnocentrism, and all of that. Nothing on principle, nothing on nation building, on progress. It's all about self-interest.
Even when we
self-gain.
We can't even get a doomsday timetable. Quiet. And hospitals are being disconnected and lives are being affected.
Lives are being lost. Businesses are collapsing.
Honorable, thanks for having you. Thanks for having you. Not long for me here.
Oh, Nyamiadom. On say spillage na VR4 omukose ya no ahaye pa me ne okasa say ye nuanom aguso mo what tent mo yatumi esi dan mienu ama omo for the first 600 omo menyin so no yatumi say insio no according to receipt into yatumi anya rental accommodation at the senior citizens so that they can have decent, because in Siono and these tents are not for the rainy season. None, so the rest who remain in the tents, as I said, are buying. This is so embarrassing. It is a national disgrace. It's a disaster of this scale, on this magnitude. Now, up to now, are buying enye hunshwe. Omunsi dine ba kukra. Yen as Ghana for Abuagwa yehon MP are mobilizing for to me sit down in 7 weeks. Ye sit down former President Mahama ebe commission ye. And yet sitting president our warrior resources anka say yen tam $58 million. Na yanko tuamuna the world's most expensive pit. I know there. Uncle Maya da. As I say, now Carrie Summers was $6 million. Now David Ajaya for $28 million.
And that is a conversation we will have on this NDC 360 show.
We have
the National Cathedral conversation. The next time I'll be to be on that topic. But let me also congratulate you for the good job you're doing, not only for your constituency. Constituency the YN of Honumpo a bro Adrian and so but for the anti-corruption fight you have taken on and the courage with which you are doing this work, not for the NDC, not for your constituency, but for Mother Ghana. The NDC is proud to have you, and Ghanaians are proud to have voices of conscience like you. But today, Ghana, the whole world wants to understand. The NDC was Snit. What is this whole scandal about the sale of hotels about? Jebre, the time is yours, the screen is yours. Nafayefa, the scandal.
Medase. My main obia. Yenyina yenim say Snit the Social Security and National Insurance Trust. Ye ejuma say as Ghanaian workers under Ghanaian law no. Mrano how is that streamlined? At your contribution to Snit. Ete ye juma say in your prime na Snit for or more J or contribution at the end of every month. Now sa contribution no na Snit for a investment. If you say you will be your friend of retirement age, drew 60 for large sections of the workforce. And I say, maybe I only a little contract. Constitution, let's say first 2 years, another 2 years, 1 year. It's 65. Now, wako retirement. Wako jiwa home. Ejumadena uye your sacrifice, your toil, your sweat, no. Who expect to say investment na Snit for ayano. Sa investment no ebe shell. Ubenya bibi a your friend of pensions. Enti assembly a ye discussing no. About yenyina. Enye omo menyi nkwa omo retirement. Affecti yenso ye ejuma sesei. Imebuno ye ejuma. Affecti omo school omo hope say. Even though the unemployment rate is at an all-time high, 14.7%, but we are all hoping, sir, who raise school. Fortunately, President John Mahama Oba Nase, the 24-hour economy, to me a created 3-shift system. Now you are resolving the unemployment crisis. Unya ejuma no. You expect, sir, as a young person, after all those sacrifices, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of hard work, no? Retire, your contributions will come back to you in good form. Unfortunately, and Chebia na ILO for issue a damning report on Snit. So who says Snit for mismanagement of contributions now, ma as Ghanaian workers. One sisa the year was Snit for. Yanshe year by 2036. To me enter pensions. Say ye call retirement. Inti assembly a year discussing. it is so important, it's so crucial, and yet partisanship. Sebi, workers' contributions, no? At the end of the month, yembisa say we NDC ni and we MPP ni. And about pensions for retirees, yen check it with party card. And the year discussing and then it's about workers, it's about survival, it's about livelihoods, it's about the youth, it's about the aged. And it's a very, very, very important matter. And the theme of editorial way unpacking the stinking Snit scandal. Snit scandal no munyina mwate. Says Snit for hotels are omode ye contributions AC. La Badi Beach Hotel, La Palm Beach Hotel, Elmina Resort, Buzia Beach, Trust Lodge, Ridge Royale, hotels where a wooding iconic brands Abua Ghana since 1975. Profitable hotels. Snit for almost omo ton. Na kanana ne dream. Omo ton ediama. The current Minister for Food and Agriculture. That is the scandal. Ebane saying na Minister of Food and Agriculture. Sitting minister, current minister. On the blind side of Ubia. Ankama intercepted documents. Ankana Ghana for workers of Ghana. Omunim say. Hotels na airshare yenyina. You call retirement. The profit from these hotels. Ebesha yeso. Yebenya pensions no. Sena yedi ninyina hotels no edema the honorable champo. That is in summary the scandal. My yen discuss Snit. Then Snit. A Social Security and National Insurance Trust. Osha Ghana Mra, the first time I attempted say yabe regulate pension fund management was in 1972. NRC Decree 127 and set up the National Social Security Scheme. Now it was a scheme. It began on a pilot basis in 1972. By 1991, founder of the National Democratic Congress, the visionary Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, God bless his soul, may he continue to rest in perfect peace. Ono neka say scheme no yen expande na embeye national into spearhead the PNDC law 247 and we had the social security scheme as a provident fund established ebeye national. 2008 under President Kufuor on also a pension reforms and Act 766 that expanded the pension scheme. By expanding it, cap 30 they were brought under the scheme. In the latter part of his administration, into Professor Mills and implemented and after Professor Mills, 2014, President Mahama Abresono, we had the National Pensions Amendment Act at 883. Until you see the history from 1972, we say your president, him say pension there a very important issue. President Nankasa or expect to say or retirement or better mianya pensions as survive because retirement I feel until your presidents from 1972 they have really prioritized the issue of pensions. Are proposing legislation to strengthen our social security and national insurance trust. Now, how does Snit operate? OSHA Act 766, Section 3.1 of Act 766, law no say contributions to the scheme. An employer of an establishment shall deduct from the salary of every worker in the establishment immediately at the end of the month a worker's contribution of an amount equal to 5.5% of the worker's salary for the period, irrespective of whether or not the salary is actually paid to the worker. What your employer must pay to Snit. Section 3 to say an employer of an establishment shall pay for each month in respect of each worker an employer's contribution of an amount equal to 13% of the worker's salary during the month.
I just say you are talking about Snit.
Yeah.
Baby omunyo musika free.
Yes.
Ghana adwumayefo.
Yes.
And yetete and the mawomo.
Sebi enye CEO na owo ho aye friend of Mr. Kofi Osafumafo. Ye senior minister ba. Enye ne sika ana Osafumafo for ebusiafo sika. Na omode running Snit. Eye mene wo ye sika.
Oh, I see.
Ghanaian workers. Ye nyina. Intia na same way eye so important. Enye MPP ana NDC asem. Ana CPP or PPP asem. Eye Ghana for nyina. Ye nyina. Inti eye contributions at the end of the month from workers, from employers, and air cost Snit for her. Inti that's very, very important. Okay, Section 3 of Act 766, Emrano are explaining how it works. Now, Snit for omwaji ye sikano, and then I say so omode sikano ye. Again, OSHA National Pensions Act, Act 766. Sir Omoji Sikana, Kofi Osafumafo, Director General and all his people are Snit. Omoji Sikana, Section 175 said, a trustee or pension fund manager shall invest pension contributions received under this act in order to obtain safe and fair returns on the amount invested. Enti Omoji ye Sikano ye contributions no, Sikano enya omodia. And say omode etu bank account keke wa nim say Ghana ye depreciation aye cost no oja sika no wo bank mo a 3 months time abeshi anka 100,000 cedis just a year ago you can probably osisa you have in terms of dollars, ebia you can get about ebia 15 to $20,000. They say only half of that amount. Enti Emrano say as I say Snit for no omoji sikana omoye investment. Strategic investment a day. Look at the word that the lawmaker uses to obtain safe and fair returns on the amount invested. Into investment, you know, as I said, we join hopa na a year safe. Now the returns too must be fair. And yes, what your contributions? She said, Ghanaian workers. Yenina yenim say, yaketu anukrano. Indru bebia. Answer na you get to the middle of the month. Now sikasa. Into after all of these sacrifices, now what sika? The law says that Snit for, as I said, making sure say you invest safely, and the returns too must be fair, because nipa na ye juma hoping say or retire Snit for mo beto me action so. Enti that is how Snit works. Enti OSHA the penalty under the law no from section 64 of the law. One tier with Snit contribution, we a worker and now we employer. You can be fined and you can be jailed up to 5 years. Inti asemna ye kano enye agro na yedi. Yewo employers are ya round omo up say one tier with contribution. Ye do omo court. Ya fine omo. Ebi kra ako jail. Even workers have been fined and jailed, say you have not paid your contributions. Until all kinds section 64, I'm renting but section 64 but to show say there is a penalty for non-payment of contribution. It is a serious matter.
Very serious.
This net contributions, you can't joke with it. Say no, yen share Snit or more investment portfolio. Say yen na TSS Snit for no or more JSICA as I say or more the year investment. It has to be safe, it has to be fair. It is Snit or more investment portfolios. It is kind of more Jeffrey Hono or more they share various businesses. Or share banking and finance or more National Trust Holding Company or more 43.48% shares. Ghana International Bank PSC London or more shares will move 15%. Fidelity Bank in Crawford Bebre Nimse Snit for our shares will move 13.58%. Universal Merchant Bank Snit for more investing a sika.
So honorable and these are Ghana for sika.
Ghana for sika. Ghanaian workers and more investment. Because according to the law, no, and says omo jasika no ho, and says omo invest into Consumer Finance Company, Exim Guarantee, Export Finance, CDH Financial Holdings, FOS Aluminium, Best Block, Oba the manufacturing sector, Central Steel Limited, Temaloop Oil, Omo Investments, even those under restructuring, Granite and Marbles, Subre Industrial Plantation, Oshe, Bridal Trust International, BMK Practice, Ningo Sword Limited, Danex Limited, in the pharmaceutical sector, Omo Investments, Oba Real Estate and Property Management, CCL Properties Limited, Ghana Industrial and Commercial Estate Limited, Ghana Hostels Limited. University of Ghana. Students, I hope you are seeing today. Say Ghana Hostels no Snit for Ghana omusi. It is workers' money. MMC Property Management Limited. 90% shares. West Hills Ridge Company Limited. Switchback Developers. Trust F-Line Properties Limited. RSS Developers. Trust Sports Emporium.
So all
of that, including the energy sector. Dumso Asama Yeka. Snit for Ghana workers' contributions and Omu invested in Senate Energy Limited, 126 megawatts capacity plant, October 2012, under President Mahama, your co-commission here, Snit for Sika. And so you see a lot of companies, including Simet, Ogwa, Hostel, Accra Abattoir, and Intercity STC Coaches Limited. And we know, interesting, Intercity STC Coaches Limited. And if the issue is about Snit investments are profitable, they are not making money. Anka Intercity STC Coaches Limited should be the first that Snit should be divesting itself, should be removing itself from it. Because in recent times, Nana Akomia, the huge losses are Omoya. And this claim said Omo divested from hotels just because of losses, no? It's questionable because we share a lot of the investments Omoya no. And yen na sebi they are profitable currently, and yet they are not touching it. And say yamba Snit for Omo hotel investment portfolio.
Because this conversation is about hotels.
It's about hotels. Enti afeno mwenhu says Snit or more a wide array of investment portfolios. But say no, you have been narrowed down to the current scandal, which has to do with Snit for Omo hotel investment portfolio. Omo tong Omo hotels no to the Honorable Brian Champon. Enti what are those hotels? Labadi Beach Hotel. Yenyina yenim Labadi Beach Hotel way. Very, very iconic. One of Ghana's foremost 5-star hotels. Labadi haya and what from her to Labadi. 5-star about 160 rooms. Omotong. 60% shares to the Honorable Brian Champon. Omotong La Palm Beach Hotel. She La Palm. La Palm no. Esonchen Labadi cry. Omo more rooms. Yeba conference facilities. There is no hotel in Ghana. We show the capacity of conference facilities, banqueting facilities. La Palm investment, Ghanaian workers investment. Snit for Ayet or La Palm. No hotel comes close in terms of banqueting, conferencing facilities. Ton La Palm, Ediama, Honorable Brian Champon. Buzia Beach Hotel, Buzia Beach, and also Ton Oshe Ridge Royal, a walk Cape Coast. They say Oko Central Regional, the best hotel, a Ridge Royal. Massive investments have been made in Ridge Royal. Good. And also Omoton.
All these hotels.
All these hotels.
Yeah, Toama MPP Minister.
MPP Minister.
Okay.
Onunkwa Brian Chapo. Enti the Obroni friend of state capture. Samwate state capture. This is state capture unfolding before our very eyes in the most crude form. Elmina Beach Resort, so Omoton. Elmina Beach Resort, one of the very iconic hotels. I will call Central Region. My friend of Bejaya, very popular with students of the University of Cape Coast, those are in our celebrated secondary schools. Omo Tong Ediama, the Honorable Bra Champo. Ente Ebanesaina Yete say Omo To hotels way Ediama Honorable Bra Champo. Ente Krata way Eda Social Security and National Insurance Trust Omo letterhead so. Dated 27th March 2024. Signed by Kofi Osafo Mafo. Oye at the time, Deputy Director General, IDD. At that time, no, now I'm promoting no ye. On say and Chebia and Omo Pame and the boss, Mr. Tim Crime, you are appointing us on take you over. Many insiders have said, sir, almost suspected, sir, because of this deal. Because now managing director, no, now he was fit dragging. Now it wasn't sitting well in his conscience.
MPP was up for Neba.
Or no, what take you over? Or yet Deputy Director General, no, he was really interested in this deal, or pursue deal, no. Into 27 March 2024, Ochro Krataway, Ekoma, Ridge Royal Hotel for the minority shareholders. Say, Omo Tong, Omo Hotel. Now, they have noticed, say, Ridge Royal, Omo ni 100% ownership. Their minority shareholders are Omunyana are 5%. And the leading minority shareholder, your friend company, no, Vanef. According to shareholder agreement signed on the 1st of April 1999, under the shareholder agreement, no, any shareholder who wants to divest of his shares, no, as I said, we discuss a shareholders meeting. And informing more. We didn't do that earlier. This letter was as a result of a protest because Ridge Royal for ET from the grapevine said Omo Ton hotels no without their knowledge. And Omo protest and Snit for Eka said okay, yeah, Mamo, the first right. You have 45 days. And it emerged in this letter say prospective buyer no a Rock City Hotel.
Okay. Rock
City Hotel. And at the valuation of Snit 60% stake in Ridge Royal Hotel, $8.4 million.
Okay.
Now, after the $8.4 million,
this is just one of the 6 hotels.
One of the 6 hotels. Capital expenditure projected for the refurbishment of the hotel, $2 million.
Okay.
And to much to the minority shareholders, say, Mom Pese ye beton hotel now. So more $8.4 million and $2 million. So that means $10.4 million. Mumfambra. Now, Snit for the year, you diversity. We don't want to have control.
MPP Minister.
One first canamba, you Toma Brachampon, they all say, or no dear, or Wanisika, or you're ready. Until more 45 days. One family Sikamba, Brachampo see or no dear Nisikana, you're ready. Until or talk. Until let away and I intercept here. And none of my say, oh, Sena Parliament, the Yenim, Yanti, or Mumba, any disclosure. Yeah, Sena or more town hotels. And I make her say, say omo ton Ridge Royal and then I cost war labadi and la pa mena enti me decide say me kum na yehundi ekoso and it opened a can of worms and me de told you say hey Snit for ya chemo more ton your hotels on our blind side Mon catcher Ghana for Ghanaian workers have not been informed. They don't have a buy-in. They have not been consulted. Until 17th May 2024, and I'm a year expose, no, me publish a year. Wow, name sena no.
Yeah.
You know, detailed write-up. Until 19th May 2024, my name says Snit for Mutumiko Ejuma Sunday. 19th May. Sunday, one say which your more na watch your. And Sunday kwesi ada one kwa sorry. Omuko ejuma. And President Mahama 24-hour economy. They started implementing. Okay.
So this was their statement.
This was their statement.
I see.
And statement way are very revealing. Make just the first two paragraphs. It is Snit response to Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa's comments on sale of hotels. The attention of the management of Social Security and National Insurance Trust, Snit, has been drawn to a discussion on Metro TV's Good Morning Ghana program on Friday, 17th May 2024. The discussion partly covers Snit's strategic decision to divest 60% of its stake in 6 hotels in its investment portfolio. The management of Snit wishes to comment as follows. 1. The trust is seeking to partner a strategic investor to raise capital to invest in the hotels and also assist in their management. 2. The primary objective of finding a strategic investor is to increase efficiency. Muntie this side very well, very, very carefully. The primary objective of finding a strategic investor is to increase efficiency, profitability, shareholder value, and the long-term sustainability of the Snit pension scheme. In the statement we asked Snit for the told you, almost say, almost strategic investor. Obia obeba beboa omo. Obia ode sika beba. Obia ode efficiency beba. Obia obedane hotels no na ababeye profitability. Into what kind of statement we are obedjin say hotels ni nyina losses. Hotels ni nyina egu omo boka.
Okay.
Into omo hia strategic investor or then the sika beba be shemu now the efficiency and our profitability asem as net for tougher and no enti honorable Bra champion ni ono na owo magic wand ono na owo efficiency no owo sika owo vision.
Okay.
Minister for Food and Agriculture, member of Parliament for Abetifi.
Okay.
Ono na oye the shareholder, sole shareholder, and the sole beneficial owner, and then one of 2 directors of Rock City Hotel Limited.
Now, honorable, I don't know the battery and HSS saying, Chimame.
A
sole shareholder, no.
A Rock City Hotel, no, company profile ni Rock City Hotel, we no. Honorable Bra Champon, a Nidia. Niura. Until Oshe, these are articles of incorporation from the Register of Companies, Rock City Hotel Limited. OBA company, no, 28 April 2016. Services are omoye, or kachire omose, omoye hospitality services. Directors, no, eye mienu, obabi a ye friend Rosemary Clotte. And the Honorable Bra Champon.
So you're director, so.
Or you're director.
So you're Jumayeni company, no?
Jumayeni
in the sense of Yanedia.
And a sense of Yanedia.
I see.
O share documents na. Ono ankasa ye ba shareholders are. Onunkwa or ye the sole shareholder. And a ba beneficial ownership so. Into company way or more profit. Omunya sika ni na eko Honorable Bra Champon.
I see.
Nidia.
Okay.
And documents now are intercepted from Registrar General. No? Ye bisa omo ye further check say. On say ebia wo register no. O na ye director, o na ye shareholder no ebia na niema assistant later. Ana o ba government mo nti wa relinquish wo interest. Ye check ni nyina. Ye say Honorable Bra Champon. Unlike Ken Oforiatta Minister of Finance, obeye Minister of Finance no. Or no, they are relinquishing the interest.
Yes, just on paper, bisa.
Just on paper, bisa. Yeah, but yeah. OPSC
they on paper.
Oh yeah. OPSC will na obecheno. So on one na benefiting. But Brian, on no there, he didn't even make any attempt into on one or yet the sole beneficial
so let's see
owner.
the other things. Okay.
Enti yede asem way they told you no. Honorable Brian Champon, the first and only interviewer was granted. Obeka say ono de company no where you know Efremo all concentrating on food and agriculture.
Oh, yes, Yatepa.
I was Joy FM.
Okay.
Enti ono de directors be and onye involved in day-to-day management. Hotels are more tokra no de ono de be or radio so. Enye me na meka Accra na anka. Until cry because onye involved. He is not or a non-executive director. Omontiano ka onko ejuma onko ho into Rock City for the omoya no. He is not aware. Very shocking. Very, very shocking. But okasa asem no. And me intercepted a letter away from the Edina Traditional Council.
Okay.
Oman hini ankasa of Edina Traditional Area. Nana Kojo Kundia the 6th. Maximum respect. A boni nyina I say yedima Nana Medemano. Ono na ochro away to the Director General of Snit and the Chief of Staff at the Jubilee House. Or say, DSS, settlement of Golden Beach Resort land at Elmina. Nana say, it has come to the notice of the Edina Traditional Council that the Golden Beach Resort, Elmina, has been offered for sale. This is when Honorable Brian Champo, Member of Parliament for Abetifi constituency, visited the site with the investors.
Okay.
Our main concern is that the land on which the resort is situated is a property of the Edina Traditional Council. We are therefore calling your attention so that we all could solve the matter amicably. Yours faithfully. Nana signing a signature. Fefefe. Nana Kuja Kundia the 6th. Enti Nana say. Nana say. Oh, Honorable Brian Champon. On any investors. Or Bahani Mainso Elmina Beach Hotel. Omo call around inspection. Catch your Omo say. Omo na Omo better hotel.
Brian Champon Nankasa.
Brian Champon Nankasa. Enti Asema Brian Champon car was radio so say. Ono de onka ho only time other directors and omo omo transaction no
enye no cre
nana I expose
Omahene
ankasa with his own signature Omahene amma ne chairman ana ne secretary answer ono ankasa or say me hu bra champon obaye ono na all supervisory transaction until that is exposed. Now what are the constitutional breaches? Identity na Ghana for organized labor, academics, anti-corruption crusaders, civil society organizations, Ghanaian workers. Obia ekase the ekosono eye time enye. What kind Article 284 of the 1992 Constitution? Ghana, your supreme law of the land. Constitution say a public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflicts or is likely to conflict with the performance of the functions of his office. Conflict of interest is a very serious matter. We a cabinet minister. Omo taking the decision say ye turn Snit hotels. And ye cabinet. Into uo insider information. Muna mo taking decision say okay Snit ye mamo approval because there is no way Snit be a transaction way without cabinet.
Cabinet approval,
It's not possible. Because Omampe and our appointed board chairman, Yamame Elizabeth Ohene, and Chair under President Mahama, no, you're very vocal talking about all these issues. Writing articles, BBC, you know, they say, why you doing? Since this scandal, you know, all her beautiful write-ups have disappeared. President Akufo-Addo, no or appointed CEO, no. Majority of the board members. And there is no way these appointees will take a decision without cabinet approval. Honorable Brian Champon would take cabinet.
So you're a referee, sounds like a player.
Sounds like a player.
I said, what be that?
Almost it's Snit for say almost bid process. There was a tender and all of that. How can you compete with Obia or Noankasa na or tongue or insider information? How can you compete? And over Article 78(3) of the 1992 Constitution. Article 78, Yachro Hope face a minister of state shall not hold any other office of profit or emolument, whether private or public, and whether directly or indirectly, unless otherwise permitted by the Speaker, acting on the recommendations of a committee of Parliament on the ground of A, that holding that office will not prejudice the work of a minister, and B, that no conflict of interest arises or will arise as a result of the minister holding that office.
Okay.
Into OSHA Article 78.3, we a minister, not say we a business, who holding an office of profit, who engage in any transaction, we have permission from the Speaker. OSHA your standing orders are standing order 224. There's a committee, no, there's a committee of members holding profit. As I said, we apply. Now you assess it, you say, hey, we a cabinet minister, hotel, we don't go there. They will advise you, say, where they want to be. Into Speaker, on my permission. Honorable Brian Champon, one apply, one comply with this provision.
So Ghana, ya mamra so.
With your validity.
Now we so from Article
98 so the same provision for members of Parliament.
Okay.
So we a member of Parliament. Now say we person who hold an office of profiter, we have permission from the Speaker.
Okay.
Because Speaker and the committee of members holding profit must do the investigation and be sure. And omuye constant checks. And you say omuma permission there is a very internal. The committee is chaired by the second deputy speaker of Parliament. It's a very serious committee, and they are always looking into your transactions. Exactly. Say your Parliament. You say you be ratify international agreement be a business be beba na wako register company na would person who take the interest, the benefits, personal gain. Indiana constitution no I raise these safeguards to protect us from conflict of interest. Honorable Brian Champon one comply with all of those constitutional provisions and yeah checks you're obtaining the list. So far, 47 ministers and MPs, and now apply as Speaker, the certificate. Honorable Brian Champon on the 47 MPs. Now, this is also a letter from Eshan Anderson Yeboah Obin and Co. Unlimited. Crataway dated 10th May 2024. The lawyers of Ridge Royal Hotel are raising the violations of the shareholder agreement. And it's a cassette transaction way no. Or more violating numerous laws. There is a litany of breaches.
The lawyers have also
lawyers.
Okay.
Okay. Lawyers no from Eshan Anderson Yeboah Obi and Co. Or more cassette Snit for or more violating the shareholders agreement of 1st April 1999. Almost a serving notice or more be court.
Okay.
Into this letter, that is what it says. 10th May 2024. Now. Organized labor, also I issue statement. 20th May 2024. Organized labor, strongly worded statement. Statement where omo copy the president at the Jubilee House. Omo say organized labor's position in the proposed sale of 60% of Snit's stake in its investment hotels. And what into Mecca in term. At a meeting held today, 20th May 2024, the workers' representatives on the board of trustees of Snit briefed the top leadership of organized labor.
Okay, organized labor.
Dr. Yauba Onona Odano. Omo issue statement we. Into almost say at that meeting, free meeting of Omo reps. Almost organized labor. Omo were 4 members on the board of Snit. Into Omo free meeting. Me expose we no and almost say hey then na koso na ye nim say omo ton your hotels into omo free omo reps into at that meeting no let me continue the workers representatives informed the leadership that they had collectively raised objections to the process and had advised that the process be halted. Can you believe this? Workers reps on the board Snit board no almost say omo te asem way say Snit 4% omo ton hotels omo advises say omunjai.
Okay.
Omutu omufu say omunjai. Omun halty process no. Enya dia omubepene. They didn't know that it was continuing. These are the concerns by organizers. We find it extremely difficult to understand why one Snit interest in 6 hotels will be packaged and sold as if all the hotels are in the same financial situation. Very fantastic point. Hotels, no, 6 hotels, we know, they are not all in the same financial situation. Ebi are very profitable. Ebi were profitable a few years ago because of bad management. President Akufo-Addo bad appointments into a hotel like La Palm, which has always been profitable, suddenly is making losses because of bad management. I put out a memo recently on La Palm. Acting managing director, or say wababe acting, just ni bonus for acting, no, or pay $18,000. Why won't La Palm collapse? Sabi president, or even vice president, when he acts as president, does he ask for that bonus? $3,000 a month, $18,000. Why won't it collapse? Brilliant point by organized labor. Point number 2, almost say, the original proposal of the sale of Snit interest in 6 hotels has now reduced to 4. We hold the view that this renders the whole process null and void. Snit for almost started procurement process. Almost can say almost turn 6 hotels. Almost divested 60% in 6 hotels. Bra champion buy our year the assessment. Or no, they all say or selected 4 of the best out of the 6. Or call around on who say Buziani Trust Lodge. No, a small and you're running it down. Until no, they all say on pet. You're selected 4. They are juicy. Profitable. Papa na woman. Organized labor, according to our procurement laws,
it renders
the whole process null and void.
What is the third point?
Third point, the proposed payment terms varied from the original MOU based on the recommendation of the transaction advisor. Okay. Payment terms, no, the Brachampo or say Obetiano, a different. Ente Yamano sweetheart deal. Say ono de ombetua de ope low figure. And later on mubehu evidence of that. We also find it difficult to understand why Snit's interest in these hotels should be sold to a company owned by a minister of state. We do not think that this is right. Organized labor therefore demands.
And this is not Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa or NDC. These are the workers of Ghana.
Workers of Ghana.
Okay.
And Sammy Gyamfi Hon, President Mahama. There is no NDC person. We, organized labor, therefore demands that the process of the sale of Snit's interest in the hotels be cancelled immediately. We are calling on the minister responsible for pensions to direct the board of trustees of Snit to cancel the process immediately. Otherwise, we will advise ourselves. We count on your cooperation. And wait, Dr. Yauba, Secretary General of Trade Unions Congress, or no signing here. Dr. Isaac Bampoado, Chairman of the forum, closer for Omupanyimpa, or no signing, and they copied all the workers' representatives on the Senate Board of Trustees. Okay. This is 20th May 2024. 2024, year June, President Akufo-Addo has still not cancelled this transaction. Okay. Osha other Ghanaians are opposite the deals. Clockstack wants Snit. You dare not sell our hotels to Brachampo. Professor Yanka Onosowa Kasa or say government officials acquiring state properties morally wrong. Okay. Civil society coalition against corruption. Adam Senanomo, Dr. Pupuni Asante of CDD. Omunyana say enye time. As I said, deal will ye cancel. Now, interestingly, no. You're intercepting more documents. Into hotel where I ton, hotel where I ton no. Hotels where I babe ton no. Akufo-Addo are buying. Almost say omo ton no sir. Omo best selected transaction advisor. Ama wababe ton amaye.
Into Akufo-Addo obi ama na beton hotel na amaye.
Yeah. Into Akufo-Addo or they omo ton crowd omo to me ton. Just say omo ope obofofo. Ente ansana yabe losing hotels no Ghana yesika 7.1 million $500,000 $491,986 has been paid to a company known as Sem Capital to be transaction advisors. Omo advise sale no.
Ombeboya my aton Snit
hotels so I'm a Brachampo.
And they are almost $500,000.
Yes. At today's exchange with 7.1 million. They are more
1 billion OCD.
Yeah. They are more to amamo. Munim say mo de ma Brachampo. One mo na tina ho. Our cabinet ho. And also mo to me you no direct.
I just say
book or Tiasi fro. Okay. For a transaction advisor.
But who's the documents in the doors? It take us through.
It's the documents in the doors.
Ask him.
Now, documents now you intercept here no. Almost yes selection of some capital no. One of the panel members objective or see where the air time into on signing. And it is also part of the collection of documents. You better upload the documents when you na ama.
We'll put it on NDC 362.
It na or more person will follow. Okay. Interestingly, in the selection of the transaction advisor, no, may detect a conflict of interest. Or baby, your friend, no. Where are the directors? Directors, no. These are the profile of the transaction advisors. Hamdia Ismaila. That's the name I'm looking for. Okay. Hamdia Ismaila. One of the directors of SEM Capital. Now, at the time, this company, the contract to select the winner, to advise on the transaction. Now, general manager of the Venture Capital Trust Fund.
Okay.
Venture Capital Trust Fund, an agency under the Ministry of Finance.
Into a more mobile boy, I'm at hotel.
Yeah.
I buy crop when people
buy crop for one. Akufo-Addo appointees.
I see. What is the next document?
It's interesting conflict of interest.
Hamdia Ismaila.
General Manager, Venture Capital Trust Fund.
Okay.
It's very, very interesting.
Okay.
Now, you're intercepting more documents. These are financial statements of Labadi Beach Hotel.
Okay.
Meaning, what kind of Snit statement? Your viewers back here, the first Snit statement of 19th May, Sunday statement, no? Kwesi other statement, no? Moka say, Omupe obi boa because hotels are not profitable, Omupe capital injection, Omupe gesture of efficiency. Meaning, financial statements are intercepted. Financial statement way, ABR audit firm BI you have setting up a few days ago. We are the globally reputable Deloitte. Send out Deloitte for Omu auditors for Labadi Beach Hotel. Now, financial statement are intercepted from 2017 all the way to 2023. Meaning, send out Labadi Beach Hotel is so profitable. COVID time 2020. And omo just a 1.2 million CD loss. On Enokrano, they were able to make gross profit. It was when they paid salaries, and it came to losses. You see how profitable.
These are all profit by saying, yeah. If you can rush.
These are all the financial statements.
Those controlling the screen. If you can rush us through the documents,
you notice that profit now omo in 2022, 70.7 million. 2023, last year, according to Deloitte, they made a profit of 158 million Ghana cedis. Can you believe that? 158 million Ghana cedis. Hotels are mostly profitable. Obia Obeba injected capital to make it profitable. This is Deloitte, the globally reputable audit firm, confirming say Labadi Beach Hotel is very, very profitable. You better upload all the financial statements and you will see how profitable Labadi Beach Hotel is. Very, very profitable. The summary of Labadi Beach Hotel's profitability, until you analyze Deloitte financial statements, and you see the profitability. 2017, Labadi Beach Hotel profit of 33.2 million. 2018, 39.3 million. 2019, 48 million. 2020, because of COVID, and they made losses. But even that, there are few hotels in the world. Just a year after COVID, 2021. When COVID was not even fully gone, they were back to making profit, 4.8 million. 2022, 70.7 million. And then 2023, 158.4 million. In addition to this, Deloitte for SA, Labadi Beach Hotel for Omuwo, reserve cash, Sika, they've just reserved in 5 bank accounts, local banks. 54 million. Into Omuye liquid.
That's Labadi Beach Hotel.
Labadi Beach Hotel.
Okay.
In addition to that, Labadi Beach Hotel, last year, Omutia dividends, after all this profit, they paid dividends to Snit and now to government, 25 million. Ghanaian media report here, November 15, 2023. Labadi Beach Hotel pays 25 million dividend to Snit. Before then, March 2, 2023, Labadi Beach Hotel presents 10 million dividends to Snit. Look at their profitability. These are the money, sir. As Ghanaian workers.
All right.
When we retire, we can get our
pensions. The bottom line is that Labadi Beach Hotel now. You say, da form,
profit, dividends. In addition to that, Labadi Beach Hotel, management, is so profitable that they are doing a lot of good work too, and I salute them for that. Osha corporate social responsibility profiler. Last year, Omoko Weja, the leprosarium, Yenyanoma Sabi, Omoye challenged or more leprosy, they've been affected by leprosy. Yeah. Labadi Beach staff, echo share 299,000. Company na
they were able to do this.
They were able to do this. Okay. A year before, 68,000. And Yensha awards are Labadi Beach Hotel are winning in recent years. 5-star Hotel of the Year, 2019 and 2021. SEMA Marketing Awards, 2019, 2020, and 2022. Africa's Most Respected CEO for the Year, 2021, awarded to the Managing Director of Labadi Beach. The whole Africa, because of profitability, they won an international award. Most Customer-Oriented Hotel of the Year, 5-star category, 2023. Conference and Banqueting Team of the Year, 5-star category, 2023. Many people don't know that Osha Labadi Beach Hotel, conference and banqueting team, majority of the diplomatic missions, as ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I know, say at least 40 of them, cocktails, national days, Labadi Beach Hotel for
all these awards.
All these awards. Most digitalized hotel of the year, 5-star category. Most secure hotel of the year, most prestigious 5-star hotel of the year, 2023. Customer Service Excellence Award at the 6th Chamber of Commerce, where last week in award way this year. And where is Rock City in all of these awards? Rock City ni Labadi no. Why not more expertise to take care of the other? Who should be buying who?
Yes.
Meanwhile, GRA files are intercepted. Will you believe, say, they did not MPP for a year, so one of branch on there, or hotelier extraordinaire, or was some grand management skills. Sana, Osha Omu filings at GRA. Rock City is making losses. Can you believe that?
Omu Boka.
2023, Omu Boka, 1.7 million losses.
No. Brian the Champion Hotel na. Yes, Omu na ye hotels Ajenkwa. Omu na ye efficient. Omu GRA documents of the company. Brian a Champion MPP.
Yes.
Agree. Chesa ono so the hotel na Boka.
Boka.
What?
Incredible. 1.7 million losses. File number. This is a transaction ID 20240403376961770.
No, I'm not sure this document
Rock City
is
Hotel.
Out.
Transaction type annual return. GRA Director General. Latest filings.
Yes,
tax. Meanwhile, Labadi Beach Hotel in Kwan taxes or mutua after paying the dividend of 25 million, or mutua taxes of 20 million.
This is sad.
Meanwhile, Rock City NTA taxes they are making losses. So who should be saving who? Rock City and here Ajinkwa. Omona SSL Labadi Beach for. And who can Deloitte financial statement now? Almost say expertise now what Labadi Beach Hotel 40 years. You do more called the best hoteling universities across the world. You build on capacity. Expertise no more. I mean, Rock City rather needs the management and the workers of these hotels that are being sold. Yamba Rock City's offer. Hotels now almost or more tongue no. Sika ben, figure ben, and the honorable Brian Champion or offer. Or say your beton sign. Again, memos are intercepted. And your documents, we speak to documents. Yente otie MB before mo propaganda program we anya propaganda show. We internal we have the slides, we have the documents that we project. These are authentic, irrefutable, unimpeachable, incontrovertible documents. Memos we every Snit. Will you believe, sir? Snit for valuation now mo ye. Transaction advisor, ni valuers no. Almost say 4 hotels no. Should be going ideally. It should be going for 121.7 million. Nanso Bra Champon or say or no there 61 million pen obema. Can you believe that? Half into transaction way crano. There's no value for money. So not buying a was into and no crano or say obetia over a 3-year period. I mean, incredible. And what I believe was going to happen, Anka ya intercepted documents when you know Anka Sikana ebe free Labadi Beach Hotel no, and no na odebe tiaka. Because Labadi Beach Hotel is so profitable, it can take care of all the other hotels. Totally ridiculous. Now, as I said, Ghana 40 years, yes, Rock City and Snit, or more an unholy alliance. And Rock City has a track record of underpaying for the shares of Snit. Into document where I intercepted every 2022 transaction. Into 2 years ago, into Bra Champon hotels are all Snit hotels, and then not start here. He's had his eye on these hotels for a long time. Into 2022, Snit for Omuwa Hotel a walk Kumasi, a friend of Kumasi catering guest house. Say almost is a dino to the Grand Regency Hotel. Would you believe that Grand Regency Hotel has Snit for almost 25% shares at 8.6 million? Bra Champon Okotoye for less than that, 7.4 million, below the valuation. Until he has a history of paying less, ignoring the real value,
the commercial price,
and he does not respect. He doesn't respect the valuation report. Or and we have minutes of the transaction. Or can say he will not even peg the transaction to the dollars. He will not pay the real value, and he even paid in installment over a long period, and is still paying. And we have also noticed, despite all the brouhaha and the protest by organized labor, no, you say Brian Champon is some capital for Omuguswa, Omo visitations.
In some way,
into your additional documents are intercepted showing that the transaction is alive and they are still engaging Rock City Omo discussions. Now, interestingly, a same way air Kosono, then another angle emerged. Ya intercepted court documents about a very fierce battle going on between the Blay children, Freddie Blay, MPP national chairman, Nemba Aye from Kwawasuma Blay, Kwame Edinkama Blay, any omo business partner be Aye friend of Loic Divorce Junior, or a Belgian, half Ghanaian. They noticed how profitable Labadi Beach Hotel is. Until they came up with a business idea. Loic any idea. Say, Labadi Beach Hotel no, omunko renti omo beachfront. If you say Ghana, Eponano, because President Akufo-Addo had declared a year of return. Into a lot of Ghanaians, Africans in the diaspora are coming home. Into Ombeye entertainment show, entertainment extravaganza. Into Omoko renti. And as part of the joint venture agreement, between Log Divas Jr., Kwawasima Blay, Kwame Edinkama Blay, and the managing director of Labadi Beach Hotel. This was in 2019. Omoka said, Omoye jams, Apunanoa. Now they will share it in 3 equal parts. Labadi Beach Hotel will get one part, then Loic, and then the Blay brothers. Will you believe, sir? Blay brothers, they elbowed out Labadi Beach Hotel and a Loic Divorce Jr. and then hijacked the proceeds. The next year's event, 2020 event, the Omoya Yenese.
Yeah.
Instead, say the patrons of the jams will go through the entrance of Labadi Beach Hotel. That was the agreement in the joint venture agreement, so that there will be transparency. Now, Omunyana kan omo program Omo create omo bypass.
There's Omunfa Hotel, right?
Omunfa Hotel.
So now the court battle is between who and who?
The court battle is between Loic Device. Loic Device or no?
The idea nearby.
Or no? The idea by. Omo say Omo. They've changed the software. They've taken him out. He can't have his share of the profits. And Labadi Beach also have been also elbowed out. Into Ababeye, the Blay brothers, or more register a different company, Express. Into hotel now, almost say and yet profitable. Sena MPP4, they've seen how profitable it is. Into while Brad Champon wants the hotel. The Blay brothers, Freddie Blay Mbano, almost Akotam beachfront. They now control the beachfront of the hotel. Now, Osha Omo company Polo Beach Club event. Osha proceeds. These are from the court documents. 2019, they said they made 4.3 million. Corporate social responsibility, corporate sponsorship from Pernod Ricard, 457.8 thousand Ghana cedis. Payment that they claim they made to small $50,000 to Small God. Amount withdrawn without Loic's knowledge, 25,000, another 75,000.
I see.
Over just 1 year between 2019 and 2020, we are talking in excess of 8 million.
Honorable, because
of the beachfront.
I want you to do this for me.
Yeah.
Yet say what scratch.
Yeah.
And when Professor Kwekwaza, you're embarking on certain action. You have demonstration before I said.
Yeah.
I want you to give me that so that we know the way forward on that. Yes.
Yeah. And these are the court documents.
The court documents
between Loic Divas and Sese Aye Kasano. We must place on record, sir. Labadi Beach Hotel, the only beach hotel in the world. They don't have access to their beachfront.
Okay.
The beachfront is gone.
Freddie Blay
Mbafa. And a hotel nasa Akano. And because of that, Omwa Pame, the managing director, who was in cahoots with the Blay brothers. All those details, So
this is your petition to Shraj?
Now, this is the petition to Shraj.
Okay.
Metumia confirm me say no crese your petition Shraj because the Ecoson is not in the national interest at time. Is total. What kind of Article 287 of the Constitution? Constitution, let's say, about conflict of interest. The forum is Shraj. And in the Okudzeto Ablakwa versus Jacobeche Bilamte case, that is.
The Okada say omonye rehwemu.
Inte OSHA reliefs are seeking no. Ye pese Shraj for omonye rehwemu na. They should launch a full-scale impartial investigation into the prospective sale to Honorable Brad Champon. Number two, Shraj should also investigate Snit's conduct and the procurement processes regarding this matter in issue, particularly with a view to unraveling what led to the numerous violations of due process and unfair treatment.
Okay.
Then that Shraj investigates the appropriateness or ethical concerns of Honorable Brad Champon, who is a director and the sole beneficial owner of Rock City. Into the conflict of interest aspect, the Article 78, Article 98, and all of that. Now, Shraj also, Omo responded, Omo received a petition, Omo responded on the 20th of May. Omo Cho said, I write to acknowledge your complaint and respectfully inform you that the commission will revert in due course. Shraj for confirm say, Omo in Shishemu. And we expect Shraj to pursue this matter.
What about this one?
The second step you're taking is you say Ghana yenya mra I'm sponsoring a private members bill. As I say no mra beba be very clear because some people are taking advantage of loopholes, gray areas and all of that. like what Brad Champon is doing. Into a very clear private members bill, which will become law. And so far, you have full support from the minority caucus led by the Honorable Atufosin. My colleagues are in full support. The time has come for us to have law that will ban all politicians and all politically exposed persons. What worry politician, we are politician, but to say what the Freddie Blair brothers, Freddie Blair sons are doing. All of that will come to an end. So once the law is passed. Once the law is passed, all state assets that are being sold, politicians cannot participate. Want to mean talk.
I mean, sure.
And Professor Kweku Azar, or no, and I all leading the team of lawyers, or more drafted, me who, ejuma, or more years so far.
Third action. This is about all of us.
Third action. We know you're here, Obia Ghana for all of them. We are confirming tonight, sir, you are notifying Ghana Police Service in compliance with the Public Order Act 1994 at 491. Mrano say, opese oye demonstration. My 5-day notice to the police. And we have notified the police. And there, this is exclusive to your show. I can confirm to you, sir, and there, me share the regional police commander, Commander Ahen.
Okay.
We have agreed on the routes.
Okay.
Police for Apenese, you bet to me Astarte in front of Labadi Beach Hotel.
Fantastic.
Now you call La Palm. We want Ghanaians to see
the hotels.
These iconic hotels, how great they are, how magnificent they are. Now you Nanti Ako. Jubilee House now almost say Omopa chose yen to me and coho. Ente omema ye kwai maya back close kakra. Get into the Christ the King Church Hall.
Okay. Oh no, what is the date?
Not Jubilee House for Ababeji petition.
What is the date?
Date no June 18th. Next week Tuesday. June 18, 8 a.m. You person Ghana for Ghanaian workers of these hotels. You be sure Labadi Beach Hotel.
Animwa. Everybody must be there.
Everybody must be there.
Thank you.
And we are doing it for God and country because we have to stop this sale. Up to now, President Akufo-Addo Oka say no dear. Na ni governance na oba be lead no. O pese o ye transactions, o pese o ye business, o pese o nya sika emba aban ni mu. Stay in the private sector. That is where money is made. And yet, despite this pledge, or no any cabinet minister are at the center of this transaction. Up to now, more than a month since this scandal broke, President Akufo-Addo has not been able to tell his cabinet minister to back off. He's not been able to tell his appointees as Snit to take their hands off our hotels. Until the only way forward, say, as I say, agitation, no, you raise it to the next level. Now, say, or say, ontie the organized labor worker, Professor Yankamo, the civil society organizations, and all Ghanaians who are speaking. If he will not listen, then we will force him to listen. Into demonstration, absolutely crucial. You person Ghana for a dom APA na June 18th. Yes. Because that's the only language. Too much.
I was your answer. I'm Honorable Akono. First of all, let me thank you. There's a very detailed, insightful presentation.
Thank you.
And maybe I have learned. And I mean, say a TFU in the now you're going near who ye Juma yet was Snit. The air can who say found because we see cano. And the idea Kwakosi hotel, a year Kwakotoma MPP minister, Norma Kochi Kennedy. And some of you may not know Brian the Champion. Say, Munimino. Namunim Jenia, Hantaya, what papa we have fa and a casa tantaya one and numua. And Kawasebe film. If you don't know Brian the Champion, watch this video. Yaba Honorable be conclude. Watch this video.
Imagine say, what did the Patapa? Every person say about the year 2024 now. The veteran say we have the band. The veteran say we have the band. We have the band. Say about MPP party here about band we. See about the platform so near the power. I'm a NDC. Esida.
Oh no. Journey a hand Wo nyame enye na osi hini nyame ne si hini Ghana for na be kire leader omope We are why na waka say MPP for 2 million NDC. But it's not surprising. Why will he want to hand over when he stands to benefit from the sale of sales hotels?
Oh, yeah.
And until the MPP we will never hand over.
Oh, yes.
When you hear them saying we will break the 8, they want to break the 8 to steal more hotels.
Yeah. A personal interest.
You understand?
It's
and
not
when,
about the Ghanaian
when
people.
members of parliament like Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa is doing his work, you see them here dinner. And so MPP serial callers see social media for your mood me for fighting for Ghana. No, unya 1 CD from this sale.
Yeah. Yeah,
and you wonder why they do that.
Rock City, they are not shareholders.
They are not shareholders.
They are not beneficial.
And you are fighting for
all
this.
The profit
you
is going
love
to
Ghana. Listen to what Kennedy Japan said about these people, his own party people. Listen.
The MPP is looting this country as if there's no tomorrow. Why? Who really cannot get on government? What do you mean? The youth of this country are not working. Now we're intimidating and control.
These are the things. Akede Japan mo MPP for no mo kon nakra na no mo hu a o mo ka kire. Say MPP for wia Ghana sika like there is no tomorrow. And this is what you're seeing in the sale of these Snit hotels. Honorable, give us your final words.
My final words will be a rallying call to the Ghanaian people. Yen go amba boting Tuesday 18th. Next week 8 a.m. sharp. Na yen yo retre. It's about Ghana. It's about us. Sika and NDC hotels we. Hotels we are profitable. She awards are more winning. She sika hotels with dividends are more tiama buying. Yen na your retirement. 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Hotels we be show you so. Nipa bako hotels are be Ghana workers nyana. Nipa bako say ono there or to.
Yaboni don't come me.
And he's not even buying it at the real value, at the market price. Until there is no value for money. And this deal is stinking, it's unconscionable, it is criminal. It cannot be allowed to be sealed and to be consummated. Until Ghana for it is not a partisan matter, where it's about Ghana first. Kennedy Japan and Kasa Aka say the way Crawford, his colleagues in the MPP government are looting. I expect even MPP members
to join this.
And I want to commend Kennedy Japan's brother. I heard him saying that, look, this deal is bad. They should go and tell Brian Champon to back off. There are reasonable MPP members who are outraged. They tell us in private, even in parliament. Colleagues, MPs come to you and say that, oh, wait there. Tuesday, 18th June, let's come out in our numbers and let's make sure that we protect these hotels. These are not hotels that should go. These are hotels that are profitable. Share Assassin, look at the prime land. Look at the goodwill that they have, the reputation of these hotels. These are very, very iconic structures. And me per se, finally, me salute His Excellency John Mahama. When him say in my research and review of documents, saying that the proposal was made to President Mahama when he was president. Say, omo pese, omo diversity, even at the time, not controlling shares, no, omo pese, omo diversity about 15-20%. President Mahama catch omo say they shouldn't dare, they shouldn't try it. It belongs to Ghanaian workers. That he will not support such a transaction. These are the kind of leaders that we need. And December 7, we must vote for President Mahama to come and rescue this country. State capture, no, just too much. It is unconscionable. It is just cruel. And I hope, say, we will rally behind well-meaning Ghanaians, people who love our country, patriots, to save our country. And the Honorable Brian Chapo, if he knows what is good for him, he should just back off. He should issue a statement and say that he no longer is going to engage in this stinky, smelly, unconscionable deal. It is in his own interest because what is coming will not be good for him.
That's it. Honorable, thank you so much for doing this for God and country. We thank you for coming. Now, Busianfo, like Honorable said, President Mahama, Onyakwenya Senko Beton Hotels on one tongue. In the amount for Bekachro say MPP and NDC are the same one. No, sir, we are not the same. They sell state assets. We come to protect it and to develop this country for the benefit of all of us. Hwe video si ma me yeba ya the NDC and youth segment no bebro. Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa nkoe odaso ha. Thank you.
Come on. The victory of Mahama.
Come here,
the victory of Mahama. The victory of Mahama.
This is why I choose John Mahama.
The victory of Mahama.
I choose John Mahama because he's a visionary leader. He's visionary but not a prophet. He couldn't have predicted the COVID-19 outbreak, but he built an ultra-modern hospital which came in handy during the pandemic. This is why I choose John Mahama.
The victory of Mahama.
John and I have agreed that whoever has participated in the plunder of the state must be held accountable. And my friends, this is not a threat, it is a promise.
I find your dreams to your NDC and you. And ye Jimre kakra. Na jumedi sunkubia yura John Mahama edi no kwesi de twemi. Nkita hudie bi one Ghana fo edi ewo abefo intentan so social media. Na ode na no disem efa nsem bi a ekoso wo ye my Ghana mutu dwa no. Ye fa nsem ne kakra bi ne de mu nchiremu aba. Na wentumi anhwe bi. And now we be went to me and Tiasia. What to me at Tiasia? What would the was what to Abama John Mahama? This is just part one on this latest Mahama conversation. On the next segment, or the next edition, you be more na yet to me that conversation anymore. Now you see, now Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa Kasano, he spoke about what the 2024 election is about. According to President Mahama. Abatwa ye kwa kotu ye abatwa bi keka na. Abatwa na ye kwa kotu. What is it really about? President Mahama has spoken to that. Shewe mame.
This election is like no other in the history of Ghana. It is an election between Ghana and the new Patriotic Party administration. It is an election for change, to reset Ghana's narrative and effect a course correction from our disastrous trajectory.
Asem we tia, but I asem we hu here. President Mahama say, about why you koto no 2024 no. Onu hu ni say one MPP for ni kusi akai, and it is true. Hu ni say NDC versus MPP, and it is true. What is this election about? It is about Ghana for nyina ye ne ekuo bi a from MPP. It's an MPP party from a Kufuado to Bawumia, Omedi Omeya Boro, Oma say Omaino, Oma Bo Maino. She hotels ya Omotoi. On this show, Yano Makasaba Pualugu Dam project, $12 million. Ye first sikane dinukwa for no work done. Temamoto Way, $2.5 million. Ome disika kwa contract and siwa anko yejuma. Mota Angel asem na making. Skytrain project $2 million. The same thing. Ejapa $12 million. Yet this ikano. And according to Kennedy Japan, they are looting left, right, and center. Yet me no mienu and they are tonwa yento. Ye fria yentua. Edumeni ho. Sikeni ho. Ye humpuntu o ye mantemu. Common fund yentua. Bibia yentua. Eka ena emre. So President Mahama say, see this not as NDC and MPP, this election, but see it as a fight to rescue the soul of Ghana, to bring about the needed change. In Sisamapa, a day on my Ghana, they see a quite personal. That is what this election is about. But then you know, President Mahama says, "You two abano mano, na Sisamba, nyema miyenu bi pa na yensha nso se obedi ho adwuma." These two things he spoke about. So, producer, give me those two videos in succession.
This change is ordained by God. It is ordained by God to relieve our people from the hardship and poverty that has been inflicted by President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia's reckless administration. That change will put Ghana back on a path of progress and prosperity, enabling us to build the Ghana we want and create well-paying jobs for the young people of this country through the 24-hour economy initiative and many other novel policies to be outdoored in the NDC manifesto soon. This change will also see the most far-reaching and detailed investigation of the many allegations of corruption and scandals leveled against public officials and their families and friends. This change will help to abort this administration's plan to foist the pliant vice president on us, to cover up for them, and thereby escape the searing scrutiny of accountability. But as I have stated, this hot spotlight of accountability is reserved not only for appointees of this administration, it will also be available to sanctioned persons in my own administration who engage in similar conduct. The same anti-corruption strategies and instruments I shall deploy to measure and punish the MPP government appointees will also be applicable to my own appointees. In short, in Ghanaian parlance, Aba Yadebo Techino, Yadebebo Banso.
Aba Yadebo Techino, Yadebebo Ba. President Mahama say wo to Abama NDC and John Mahama in 2024. No say wo to Aba. E de insisa papa beba change. E di yedie, e di adwuma. E de nokwaredie beba yamamu mu. Na de eye me dene se, so what to Abama John Mahama, President Mahama say, Kata shene proye kuna, yeshe ni mu se yebekun. Na yetimi tu krono boase sika se yase. Yabo Ghana sika ho ban. Dia ye mpuntu ama ye nyina ye nya so mfaso. Amamu papa ebe ensure say ye nton Snit ejapade Ghana adwumayefo hotels. Amamo papa ebe ensure say yemfa Ghana sika nkochata wiemhye ma omampenye Akufo-Addo because oso opeso odware wo wiem. Amamo papa ebe ensure say yemfa Ghana sika enkotu amana in the name of building a cathedral enso ne ye onyankopon frakadam. Amamo papa ema yenwia Ghana sika like they are doing through Ejapa, like they have done through PDS and all those thinking scandals and on eba because I want to Abama Bawumia bisa ho Bawumia obetumi ache Akufo-Addo ne ni minister bi atomu ana enye possible because Bawumia ne political career gina ne godfather de otete no awama ne bebi gina eye Akufo-Addo obeyede na wa ensure say sikedi akoso no obema mra ye adwuma anahwehwemu bi akoso. No, he can't because he's a puppet and a poodle of Akufo-Addo. Ono no mahu se ni mu ha omo betumi akontrol no na krono bebrebe o ma bono wa bebo o mo ho ban from post regime accountability enunti and Akufo-Addo o kasa bia o say I cannot hand over to Mahama ni nyina a kire se osuro se Mahama eba na krono o ma bono wa bepa ho ntoma na wa cheche o magu. And Bawumia is the one who protects him. Into a vote for Bawumia is a third-term vote for Akufo-Addo. And it is a vote that will help them escape accountability. The entire Bawumia intimi fight corruption BM so they say, ono kata jejene proya ankasa no, aduane no ne noa na wachicha ma ministers no. Oye bi. Enne na yehu secret tape Minister of State Charles Adubuhan. I say open so kuhumba wumi I just wait to $200,000 and send wakushian. Minister of State, Professor Dubois Hemba. Then Bawumi na PBS wakwa ye frakadam na nkrofobia beye Ghana bukata all orchestrated by Wobia. How can this man be trusted to fight corruption? And change is very important. But and then Makacho said this is just part one. President Mahama can't say we here but this is just part one, you know. Ye fano bako. Next week ye be sans room. But President Mahama can nhyehyeye bia mate se ye tadi hu komo e won NDC 360. It's about the 24-hour economy. Or the chechemuni bi aba what the policy will entail, how it will benefit us. Producer, give us that video.
And let me be clear, I am utterly appalled and disappointed by the unprecedented unemployment rate we're seeing today. Perhaps if the government had not jettisoned the 40-year National Development Plan, which was developed by the NDPC during my presidency, they would have adopted and implemented my 24-hour economy initiative, which was contained in that document. And that would have saved Ghanaians from these levels of unprecedented unemployment. But as the saying goes, elections come with consequences. The stark reality is that the current 8-hour working system is inadequate to create the production, productivity, and well-paying jobs required for the revival of Ghana's currently bankrupt economy. It is also inadequate to produce enough goods and services for export. My young people, extraordinary times require extraordinary interventions for extraordinary results. The 24-hour economy initiative is the answer for now and the future. It will create an enabling environment with deliberate policies for business, companies, and government institutions to operate 24/7 in a 3-8-hour shift system. In addition to the traditional 8-hour system, the 2 additional work shifts that my administration will introduce will double and sometimes triple or quadruple the number of jobs that participate in public and private entities that we currently have. This is the
Asemia ye Papa Mahama ke ye hu hia. Number 1. And now what be? So the 24-hour economy policy a NDC ye bohu de ro no. Enye manifesto promise keke. We ye insusuye ne nhyehyeye pa ya dwen hu yie na mpo e what the 40-year development plan of Ghana ye in the 2016 ewum. And what President Mahama can say Senka MPP for buy and a man to sa 40-year development plan actually to pursue a so-called Ghana beyond aid agenda. And uncommon the year you might neka Ghana the economy in a year 24 hours non-stop 24/7. But almost to year. And President Mahama sounds what she say. Extraordinary times require extraordinary actions. In Prempria, we are not in normal times. Unemployment has doubled from about 8% and then 15%. Ejuma here. And you say, you better koso aye ejuma 8 hours, both in the public sector and in the private sector. Ebe then you create inyuma ama memo ane mabawe no munye nyuma nye. Ebe ye den and ye to me increasing the size of our economy to deal with a catitri ameno mine into. How will we be able to grow our GDP? How will we be able to create jobs and opportunities for Ghanaians? And until the NDC, led by John Mahama, we are saying let's think outside the box. 8 hours, no, and yet enough. People work and sleep for 8 hours, but the economy never sleeps. And that is why obi wa brochiri oye adwuma miensa, obi wa brochiri oye adwuma mienu, obi wa brochiri oye adwuma 9, obi ko school wa brochiri kra anadwo na oye adwuma. Enu bi na President Mahama de ba. Se na be ya Ghana aban nwuma ankrankra nwuma ye be so wona sene aboa wo mo. Na ya ye nhyehyeye a aban nwuma bebre, ankrankra nwuma bebre. Omo be ye adwuma 24/7. And by adding those additional shifts no, nwuma no say 100 na wo ha ye increasing na 300 kwaku benya biaye ya benya biaye ama benya biaye. That is what John Mahama stands for. And you don't want to care about 24-hour economy. Watch this for me.
The 24-hour economy optimization strategy, giving more to society, providing efficient service delivery, and generating decent and well-paying jobs. The benefits of this system will include, but not limited to, 24-hour port and harbor services, 24-hour customs services, 24-hour DVLA services, 24-hour agro-processing factories, 24-hour manufacturing industries, 24-hour construction companies, 24-hour diversified sanitation and waste management services, 24-hour financial institutions, 24-hour healthcare services, not just emergency care, 24-hour community pharmacy care, 24-hour tourism, creative arts, and entertainment industry services, and 24-hour retail centers, and more and more and more. As has already been estimated, the Ghana Police Service alone, at its present capacity, will require nearly 20.
Yes, for a long time, nipa bebre bisa 24-hour economy, what sectors will it focus on? And to the bia, I say assembly where fato chiamiano, assembly where fato hinano, honorable Rekupoku Abekabi, Sammy Gyamfi Okudzeto Ablakwa, all of this we have spoken about it. But where the ope muna nkasa dinchiri munaba. It's a 24-hour economy, no. These are the key sectors. Enye nonkwa. It is not, the list is not exhaustive. There are many other sectors. He has said there will not be any limit to the sectors to ever run it 24/7 under the 24-hour economy. But at least 1 out 12. It will be bizarre say, and it will be because NDC into me 24-hour economy. We say yonkuntumpu and amfutru no to go any. President Mahama say, your ports na wo na weekend omunye adwuma, anadwo omunye adwuma. Na nipa nyema be boa peso wo ho na omu di queue. Na create traffic, na magana ye lusu sika ye lead to goro boys and the bribes. No? President Mahama said ports be ye juma 24 hours under the 24-hour economy. Customs for be ye juma 24 hours under the 24-hour economy. Because the customs are ye juma 24 hours, port intimi ye juma 24 hours manage ye. DVLA, ube tumi akoye your passports, ube tumi akoye your roadworthy. Enye shishaya ube walk car ho. I was a way with DVLA under 24-hour economy in crime. Kumase, you can do it in the night 24/7. In Yasa Ukutuya bribe, Emma Guru Boybia. We are Yaso on Sabeka. So you as a citizen, you'll be getting better services. Ebema was sitting as a trapper or my Ganemo. Companies are almost sachra in Mianimu, agro processing factories, manufacturing industries, contractors. They said the Yakwa Brucha Yuhuno. Akwan bebre ye be na anadwo ye no 24/7 e be reduce traffic during the day ye akwan na anadwo 24/7 no so kire se ekwan a was ke ye de 3 years ye no you see ye de 1 year na be ye enti wo timamuni no wo benya kwan ne ntem na aban so kan ko be bo if that project was going to be implemented over 3 years no as what because ye na ntem so Mahama or the 24-hour construction companies eba sanitation kwa bluchira anadwo ne clean krum take kama ya no mi omoje ye bola tax nso we film ne nso to kakra bi won kran na nso eyiri fire anadwo nyina 24-hour sanitation and waste management services because financial institutions will work 24 hours in certain places. Hospitals bebre now currently some of them work 24/7 but very limited. A lot more will run 24/7. Ibenya pharmacies, pharmacy care Somebody 24/7, retail centers, tourism and creative arts, Intibebre President Mahama Aboboso. But enemy debe see next week so. However, we cannot conclude without looking at certain questions Ghana for bisa President Mahama on this very important encounter President Mahama de Anuye Emawomo. I'm talking about the Q&A segment for this Mahama conversation. The first question today I'll be focusing on a question here. It came from one Collins. Producer, show us that video. And let's look at the answer from President Mahama.
Ajonu, and his question is, what answer will you give people who always say, what is Mahama coming to do again? Well, my answer to them is that I thank God and the people of Ghana for the opportunity. It's not every person, or let me say every president, who gets the opportunity to come back with experience and with a vision for transforming their country. I did my best when I was president. We did a lot together. We did a lot in the infrastructure space. And the experience that I have gained and the vision and the track record puts me in pole position to be able to do even better. And so I thank God for the opportunity to come back and use that experience garnered after 8 years of reflection on my term in office and come to do things even better and more than I did in my first term. And so we thank God for the opportunity, and I promise that we're going to work together, especially with you young people of this country, in order to reset our country and put it back on the track to shared growth and prosperity. The first, Collins Ajonu, and his question is, what answer will you give people who always say, what is Mahama coming to do again? Well, my answer to them is that I thank God and the people of Ghana for the opportunity. It's not every person, or let me say every president, who gets the opportunity to come back with experience and with a vision for transforming their country. I did my best when I was president. We did a lot together. We did a lot in the infrastructure space. And the experience that I have gained and the vision and the track record puts me in pole position to be able to do even better. And so I thank God for the opportunity to come back and use that experience garnered after 8 years of reflection on my term in office and come to do things even better and more than I did in my first term.
Now, this is a very important question and a very profound answer. MPP, Moti MPP for, Must you President Mahama cross answer ababi ma bayedian or the munchi muaba. President Mahama is a grateful person. And Ojitu Muse Ghana mana kwenya amana somo mei amana nyesuyen hunu bebre. Enye easy. Se obetimi ababe yo mampanyi na wakotena fie na onyame adom wasanso ababiem. And when you get that opportunity to serve again, you serve as a better person and as a better leader, because now you have the benefit of experience. And that is what President Mahama is saying. Say ye nyame one year to abama ne biemu a. So I experience a wagada no. Or the banner the ababe somye. And yema oye within 4 years he is coming to do more because now he's more experienced. And if you could do all that within 4 years, imagine what he would do. Build Regional Hospital, University of Ghana Medical Center, airports, interchanges, schools. In 4 years, imagine what he would do now that he's more experienced. So his experience is an advantage for us as Ghanaians and not a disadvantage. Enti de obi campaign is sankofa yenchi. Se nka Kwame Nkrumah esanso ababie mu a ka Ghana fo a yetu Kwame Nkrumah de so no mobo ni tutu no nke Ghana fo bi su se onsanso me president. Just like a Christopher, we are waiting. Say ajenkwa Yesu Kristo besanso ababie no wababeje yenkwa. So that is what this whole thing is about. But there was another question from one Mickey about President Mahama Niswadihunu for teachers. And no answer na me there. That will be the last one. Yeah, but then we'll sign out. So let's watch this.
This is from Mickey Atta, and it says, my visionary president, what measures is your government going to put in place to better the conditions of service of the suffering Ghanaian teacher? I've said that several of the difficulties and challenges that our teachers face, especially for rural teachers, one is accommodation. And so one of the things we're going to do is that in designing any school at the basic level or at the secondary level, that design must include accommodation for teachers. so that when teachers are posted to school, they don't have to live in an adjoining town and have to take transport to go to and from work. Already they face an issue with the adequacy of their salaries, and so it makes it even more difficult if they have to pay transport to and from work. We'll have other incentives which will encourage teachers who go and serve in the rural areas. And when I spoke with the teachers' unions, we agreed that finally we'll do the mapping out of which schools are considered rural schools, and teachers who agree to serve in those schools will get a 20% allowance of basic salary as an incentive for them agreeing to serve in rural schools. We also talked about cancellation of teachers' licensure exams, so that when teachers come out of school, their final exam in training school will be the process for licensing them, so that they don't have to come back and take another exam. We've also discussed with the teachers about their promotion and the constraint that is created when they get to the position of deputy director. And that is an issue that we're willing to sit down with the teachers and resolve. In many cases, I've been asked about other issues to do with premiums and other allowances and so on and so forth. And I've been constrained to respond because we know the crisis in which we find our country, the mess in which our economy is. One thing I've promised you is that I'll promise you a leaner government, we'll have fewer ministers, we'll cut government expenditure so that any savings that we make, we can use it to better the lives of hardworking teachers and other professionals.
Yes, so this is very important. Teachers, next week, you kasa about drivers and what President Mahama said in this conversation, so Obeyama drivers, about the National Drivers Day. But this is for teachers. President Mahama said, one year to Abamani Biemwa, Obano, Obeyan Shishi Pa, Yesi Suku Daibia, Yebe teacher Bangalu, Akahon. Na teacher ni wenya baby papa di ni tiato, the way to me, I and a Jume. And Obe Boama or Quajuma, na Ketuana Yunsunidino, on Sanson Kofa, and Fankofa car, Emma Busume Besonesi Kenin Ash. And on TBCC, teachers Bangalus in Ibibre, to bring the teacher closer to the school and the students. And on President Mahama said, a teacher for Omaketua, a huntu mua and no more reno. And also so what say, your manifesto yebe, mube hunshi yebibra yeba be yamamo. A wumusi yebeba na Ghana sika semino, a jen slepe, na nyama say, near war under an IMF program. Na ding. But President Mahama said, there is a solution. Solution is say, a buy sika wu yusu, edibu or minor, expenditure no. Yebete so. Kronoa MPP for bon yebabi twem. Cathedral sikeya or masene kwa over $58 million. Sika bebrebe, sika kufuado de chata wimshen, no ne se wa broni de ji omani. Sika omuwia hotel si nwasem ayeke nyina no. Yebe bo se sika no ho ban. Ne a channel into a teacher for ketua. Na moketua no akosoro. That is what President Mahama is talking about. Na the end the crown say, what the teacher for bibiri wo wa ene? Ye post to omo ane de omo akoto akurase. Ana kroketua mu. Obekọ no kani akra ni ho. Okwa wo bre. There is no motivation for them. Into the share for bar, teacher ni ayade ukokro ketua mu. Amo akọkyera de bia no. Ye be ma 20% of your salary as allowance. Na no ahye wunkran amo so moman no. Izan se dwuma awokọ akoye no. Okoye e de aboa enkoda Ghana fo ma omo sa kuro no so. Enti de na ban ebeye e de aboa wono no. And when we cut the corruption, we will make a lot of savings, sir. Ebema a teacher for, a nurse for, a doctor for. Emabunu, emabawa, ubia enya neso nene dia kakra. But the problem of this country is not adequate revenue. The problem is But this is how President Mahama ended the conversation. Watch these videos for me, and then we will sign out very soon.
Change is coming, and change must come, because we cannot look unconcerned for the dollar to cross the 20 CD mark under the watch of the chairman of the so-called solid economic management team. Change is coming, And change must come, because the unemployment rate can possibly cross the 20% mark under the watch of this driver's mate if we do not change direction. Having increased from 8.4% in 2016 to 14.7% in 7.5 short years. Exercise your franchise by voting for me, John Mahama, on 7th December this year, and for the NDC parliamentary candidates in your constituency. As your selfless, truthful, experienced, and visionary leader, I need your vote to reset Ghana. And I assure you that I'll work with you to build a country of shared growth and prosperity.
President Mahama said change is coming. And say, but if you have ears to hear, you will hear say ampa change is coming. It's been ordained by God. Because MPP 40 me in 2024 about where and then just say nyame krenho. But because God is alive, no nyame hu kwan o mafa so di tumi our press mobrowa and Ghana for. Kwan o mafa so from Ghana japade edi ewu no. God will speak, nature will speak, and all these forces will speak against the MPP. Na me nimisa wo so the komo aye di nyina wo famu abapa. Also woni wunuanom woni wabusuafo bedi nkomo yanto yaba ema His Excellency John Mahama mama mayema bawula yamfa atro ne adokodokosem ema mesesa ya adwen biem MPP fo besi yeso a nkoma hye yema 8 years ni nsesa papa ben wo hunu wo wabra